We're ready? All right. Well, hello, folks. My name is Rudy Franco. I am with the Department of Labor and Industries. My partner here is G1. She is also with the Department of Industries. We do outreach. We go out to the communities. We introduce L&I to a lot of communities. We let you know what your rights are. We go to farms, factories. We go anywhere the workers are. What we're going to be talking about is one of our missions is to keep Washington safe and working. The way that we deal with it is we want to make sure that you go home exactly the same way you came to work. That's the whole purpose of it, right? If you're safe at work, then we're doing our job. A lot of things that we're going to talk about and some of the things that you can contact L&I for is for filing a claim for a work injury or an illness, so in case you get hurt at work or after so long of doing the same repetitive job, you end up getting either like carpal tunnel or a condition on your hip for bending down so much. We can help with all that. We also can help you if there are wage complaints, in the sense that you're not getting paid your overtime. You're not getting the minimum hourly wage required by the state, okay? Or if you're being denied sick leave, all of those things we can help you with. So if at any point you try to call in sick and they denied you that and they force you to come in, we can help you with that, okay? And we'll walk you right through the process. Also, again, if it's an unsafe place, we can help you with that. Also, to register as a contractor, or if you need a permit to do some sort of work in your house, like you need to turn the power off, you need an electrical permit for that, we can help you with all that as well. We can also help you at the office to file your quarterly reports as a contractor, as an employer. Every quarter you need to report the hours of your employees. And so and we can help you with that as well. We do have free business consultations, meaning we can go out to the business and look at your business itself and let you know what safety issues there are and how you can fix them. The consultation is free of charge. We don't charge you 1 penny of it. And if we find any violations at that point, we help you on fixing them. You do have a deadline. There is a 30-day deadline once we go in and do the free consultation. And if we come back a second time, that's when we start having the more serious conversations as of why didn't you fix it? Because then we get concerned. If you don't want to fix the job, then there might be more behind it. So, and like I said, electrical inspections or anything like that. So a lot of the things that what we do is we go out into the communities. And we talk to isolated communities who really don't understand or know who L&I is. We go to fairs, job fairs, street fairs. We go out into the schools when there is back to school or any kind of resource week at schools. We tend to be there because we not only, and you may ask, why do we go to schools? Well, kids have parents and those parents work and they have needs. They also get hurt. So that's when we come in. So that's why schools is very important for us. And that's the future workers right there. So they need to understand what their rights are from the very get-go. We also provide all of your rights in different languages. Right now we have Korean, Spanish, Mandarin, and what else do we have? Do you want? No, we don't have Russian and Ukrainian. Yeah. We used to have Russian and Ukrainian, and unfortunately we lost the person. But we're looking for that again. We realize that the Russian and Ukrainian speaker community it's growing, and there's really no representation. So we want to make sure that we are helping all of the communities. We don't just concentrate on one. We concentrate on everybody. All right. Like I said, we go to farms. We are a team of 7. Some of us are in Eastern Washington. Some of us are right here. Our folks in Eastern Washington, they do concentrate a lot on the farms because, that's where most of the work is. And unfortunately, a lot of those folks really don't know who L&I is, and they really don't know if they have rights as workers. So we love to go in there and educate them and make sure that they know that even though you may be here as an H-2A worker, a temporary worker, or even if you live here undocumented, you still have worker rights. First and foremost, LNI does not care. We're not going to ask you. We're not going to write it down. We don't want you to tell us what your immigration status is. That is the least of our concerns when your rights are being violated. Every worker in the state of Washington has the same rights. So immigration status is not important to us. This is where our team is. We kind of split it into 6 sections. My friend here, she has King County. I go from Everett all the way to the Canadian border and Clallam County. And that is a lot of driving. But my partners in Eastern Washington, their areas are even bigger. And they do way more driving than I do. So the difference with them is that what they cover in 2-hour driving, I cover maybe a fifth of the distance, right? Because I have to deal with traffic. They deal with distance, I deal with traffic. So it may take me 45 minutes to get from Arlington to Everett, but it takes them 45 minutes to go from, maybe 100 miles. It's just a huge difference, So, but we try to cover everything. And what we talk about, some of your workers' rights is, of course, minimum wage, making sure that you're also getting, like I said, your overtime paid. So anything after 40 hours, you should be getting overtime. If that's not happening for you, you can give us a call. We're here to help. If you're not getting your rest breaks, somebody was asking about rest breaks. If you're not getting your rest breaks, you should have, on an 8-hour shift, you should have 2 10-minute breaks on the minimum and 1 30-minute lunch break. Okay, the 2 10-minute breaks are paid. The half an hour lunch break, it's not. That's on you. Okay, and on the lunch break, the only way that can be waived is both the worker and the employer have agreed that it's okay for that worker to work through lunch. What I always suggest is have it in writing. That way there is no confusion. Okay? Anytime you have anything in writing, it saves both parties a lot of headaches. Okay? Let's see what else we have here. Sick leave. This has been, I've got several calls about it yesterday, as a matter of fact. You get 1 hour for every 40 hours work of sick leave. And you can use it after your 90 days of continuous work at the same company. Okay? What does that mean? That means that on May 1st, if I get sick on May 3rd, there's nothing I can't take sick leave. I probably don't even have enough time, right? I would have to wait to May, June, July, probably to the end of July to be able to take any kind of sick time, okay? And the worker the employer can deny it, before the 90 days, because you haven't gone through your probation period. After that, they can't do it, okay? And remember, if you don't take any sick day throughout the year, you can roll over 40 hours to the next year, okay? Unused 40 hours, you can roll them over. Now, if you have 60 hours of sick time, when January 1st comes for the next year, 40 hours roll over. You lose 20 hours, okay? And if you leave the job site, understand that if you leave the job site, whether you get fired or you quit on your own, even if you quit on the greatest of circumstances, the employer is not, there's no law that says that the employer has to pay you your sick time and or your vacation time. So I always tell people, take your vacations and take your sick time when you're sick, okay? So if you have 2 weeks vacation, and you put in your 2 weeks notice and they go, never mind, you gotta go today, they're not gonna pay you your vacation time. Remember, vacations really is a privilege. There's no law that says any company has to give you vacation, okay? So they can play with it however they want. That's why a lot of companies have PTO. They'll combine the two, PTO is paid time off. So, and so that's how they can get away with really not giving you vacation if they don't want to, because there's no law, unfortunately. Now, paid sick leave, they have to have a paid sick leave policy. If they don't, give us a call, okay? And you can use your sick leave for taking care of not just yourself, your kids. If the kids' school close, you can use your sick leave for that. As of July of last year, you can use your sick leave for immigration proceedings. Okay. Also, your employer cannot threaten you due to your immigration status. Both of those things were just passed as of last July. So if you're threatened at work because of your immigration, or even if they tell you, even if they don't know that you're a citizen, and they say, if because of how we look, and they tell you, I'm gonna call immigration on you if you continue to call in sick, you can call us right then and then, okay? There's just no excuse for that, okay? Your employer cannot threaten you either physically or with immigration or any kind of threats, okay? You guys have rights. We all do. Again, the Division of Safety and Health, that is the division that goes ahead and if you call with a concern about your job, if you say, hey, I'm seeing too many bare wires, you can call us and we'll go and investigate it, okay? Now, going back to the sick leave and all of that, some employers do retaliate on employees that call us to let us know that there's something unsafe in the job site. That is against the law. They cannot retaliate against you for exercising one of your workers' rights. And safety at the job site is one of your workers' rights, okay? So what are some of your rights? So you can bring us your concern. Like I said, if you call us that there's something wrong, you're exercising a right. At that point, they can't do anything about it, okay? We can talk about it. What I always suggest is talk to your employer first. If there's something wrong, whether they're not paying you correctly, because we're all humans, right? We can make mistakes. Employers are allowed to make mistakes, just as employees are allowed to make mistakes. Okay, so if maybe they hit the wrong key, any I've heard a million excuses. They could be excuses. They could be reasons. We give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so first and foremost, please talk to your employer if you're having issues, whether it's pay or sick leave or a safety issue. Because if you call us, that's exactly what we're gonna ask you first. Did you talk to your employer? No. Well, let's start with that conversation first. Let's build that relationship first instead of going to the principal right away. That's not what we do. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be babysitting everybody else's jobs. Quick life of the cycle of the claim cycle. So when you get hurt, whether and this is one of the things that is really frustrating, whether your employer tells you or not to go to the doctor, what does that mean? Sometimes there's some employers out there, not all of them, some employers out there that when an employee gets hurt, they'll discourage that employee from going to the doctor. We hear it all the time. Right? We can just sit down, calm down, it'll be better, put a Band-Aid on it, million things. I've heard a million excuses. Go to the doctor. No matter what, go to the doctor. If they threaten you, go to the doctor. You're exercising one of your workers' rights. They can't do that, okay? So where does it go? So you get hurt, seek medical attention right away. Make sure that your supervisor knows, okay? When you're at the doctor, you're gonna complete a report of accident or ROA. Okay, at that point, either we get it or the doctor sends it to us, and then we start a claim, and then we start figuring out, we do the phone calls, we do the interviews, we send letters and everything. And at that point, once we figure out, once we're done talking to you, talking to an employer, looking at the report of accident, we either deny it or accept it. If we accept it, a couple of things can happen. Are you available to go back to work? Was it just like a little paper cut and then we're done and we're good? Go back to work, nothing happened, right? If you can't work, have you missed more than 3 days of work? The 3-day time lapse is very important. We don't pay for the first 3 days, so you can use sick time for that, okay? And that is your worker right. You can use sick time. Your employer it's not going to pay you for that either. So you're going to have to use sick time on that, okay? After 3 days, that's when we kick in, okay? So if you're off for a week of work, use 3 sick days. We'll take care of the other 2 if the claim is accepted. If the claim is denied, you can always go and appeal it, okay? You can get a second opinion from a different doctor. We'll let you know what to do, okay? We'll send a letter saying, I'm sorry, there seems to be a misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. This is what, why we're denying it. Here's how to appeal it. Because we may need more information. Maybe the report of accident didn't say enough, okay? From that point on, if there's time, like I said, after 3 days, we kick in. And then if you once you're put together better and you go back to work, are you able to go back to work and do the same job, or do we need to do something else? Do we need to retrain you to go do something else? Okay? And then your claim is closed. Okay? I mean, it's not going to be that easy, I promise you that, but again, retaliation, the state of Washington is an at-will state for employment. And what does that mean? That means that your employer can let you go for any reason or no reason at all, okay? As long as they're not violating your workers' rights, okay? They can let you go because you ask to be paid the minimum wage. Now they're violating your workers' rights. They can't let you go because you fell on the floor. Nope, workers' rights, okay? So keep in mind that it is an at-will state, but if they're violating your workers' rights, they cannot let you go for that. We do have a victims' crime compensation program that does help some domestic violence victims. I'm going to talk very little about this because it is a very private, a very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Sensitive, thank you. A very sensitive program that deals with very sensitive information. Not every victim is going to want to come and talk about it. So generally speaking, if somebody approaches me, all I can do is give you a phone number and they'll take over from there. I can call that same phone number, warm them up, especially if it's somebody who needs either a Spanish speaker or a Korean speaker or another language. I can call them and say, hey, this person is getting ready to call. We need either a translator or somebody who speaks Spanish or Korean or whatever to be on the phone to talk to them. Also, that is the only program and the only time that we work with any other agency, with any other federal agency, because we work with the police, because we need a police report. Okay, and 3 of the criteria that we need, generally speaking, for a claim to be accepted is, did the crime happen within a year? Did it happen in the state of Washington? And is there a police report? Okay, if all those 3 things say yes, you're doing good, relatively speaking, with the claim. Okay. Oh, okay. Questions? No questions. All right. That's G1 Kim right there. My name is Rudy Franco. If you need to talk to me, you can get a hold of her, or my information is on the flyers that I gave you guys at the very top, highlighted. That's my name, my phone number, and my email address. You can contact me anytime you need like I said, any help. If you're in the North End or anywhere for that matter, we have, yes, that's me. And anytime, even if you guys live here in King County or South or anywhere that is not in my area, it doesn't matter, please contact me. If we're too far, I'll put you in contact with one of my other colleagues, or I'll come to you. Okay, we're here to protect your rights as workers, so let us know. Yes, sir.
Does this apply to healthcare workers?
Yes, 100%.
I see.
So if you have any questions, please, my contact information is there. You can give us a call and we can, talk about if you need any help. Yes, sir.
Does this also apply for college students as well, like if they're working for part-time?
If you're a worker in the state of Washington, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If we still have a place of education that
that you're a worker in the state of Washington, doesn't matter. Okay, you can be in high school and be a worker, right? If you're working, somebody's paying you, you're a worker, my friend, and you have rights, okay? Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
So either part-time, sometime, anytime, worker is fine.
Yes. Any kind of worker. Any worker. Yes. Yes.
Even undocumented.
Yes. Yes. Especially if you're undocumented, you know, you may there's a lot of undocumented workers that are afraid of saying anything because they think if they say something, immigration is gonna come and get them, or the police is gonna. We don't do that. We don't report to anybody because we are a state agency. We keep everything in house. So yeah, we don't report to anybody. We don't talk to anybody. No.
And then doesn't collect the immigration.
Mm-hmm. We don't. Not at all. We don't want to know. All we want to know is did your worker rights were they violated? Yes. How were they violated? And we're gonna help. That's all we care about. Mm-hmm.
여기 한국 분들 계시는데요. 한국 분들이 만약에 한국말로 도움이 필요하신다 그러면은 제 인포메이션 갖고 계시다가 누구한테든지 쉐어해 주시면은 제가 한국말로 다 도와드려요.
Yes. What she said, except for I'm Rudy Frank.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, folks.
Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you.